Okay, so now we're gonna start adding color. I'm gonna have some pictures of these animals so you can look at what colors they are, like some color photos as well. And what I recommend you do is just take a little section at a time. Don't think I have to color this whole thing. Think I'm gonna color the ear and look and see what colors are in the ear, okay? And so what we're gonna do is try to make them look how they look in the picture somewhat, okay? So like this area would be brown on the giraffe, and then like the little spots are brown, and giraffes are actually a whitish color behind the spots, okay? So I've got brown and peach in case I need to make a light brown. I can mix these two, and white for my giraffe, and that's all I'm really gonna need. Now, again, our younger students, right? I want you guys to work at your level. So if you end up with a yellow giraffe with orange spots and maybe some brown in some areas, that's not going to be a problem. It's still going to look like a giraffe, okay? So what makes these things pop is this black outline and the textures and the eyes, the nose, and the shape, exactly like I said last week, okay? So I'm going to give you some ideas for mixing and things like that, but we have kids again who are younger and kids who are older in the same class. So at the very least, just try to get similar colors in similar places, and that'll be really good, okay? So I'm looking at the picture of the giraffe, and I'm gonna do this jawline right here. And on the one I'm looking at, it's mostly white. So then I'm gonna come through here, and I'm gonna color around these spots white. I'm not gonna go up into here totally yet, okay? So just one section at a time, you just look and see, okay? And then the spots are brown. So then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna color the spots brown. Some of your oil pastel will get covered up, or not oil pastel, some of your Sharpie will get covered up, and that's okay. And we wanna take our time and do a good job. Don't rush through this. This is the most important part probably of today, is getting our animals colored, okay? And then this area right here is kind of a light brown. So these spots are dark brown. I missed one right there. So I'm gonna come through and I'm gonna color lightly. See how I pressed really hard with these? I'm gonna color lightly with this and do this forehead area. And then I'm gonna come back with some peach, or you could use a little bit of white. I like peach. And I'm gonna blend it to make a light brown. Okay, see how that's lighter than this, okay? And then I'm gonna do the same thing up here. So the hard part about animals is their fur has texture, and it catches the light, and it gets shaded different colors in different areas. So that's the hard part, okay? That's why we're using oil pastels, because you can make different values of things and get it shaded. And then I can also come on top if I want to and add some shading here. So like if I want this area to be a little darker, I can come on top again and make it a little darker. So we're gonna be coming around and looking at your different sections, and we might say, hey, why don't you take your brown and maybe outline the nose? And if you take the brown and outline the nose, it might make it look better. Or, hey, why don't you take your brown and come on top of this and do that? We might also draw on your paper a little bit in like one section to show you what we want to do, or what we want you to do, okay? So you're gonna do each section at a time, and you're gonna start adding your colors in. Again, as long as you have similar colors, that's great. So I want you to see, with my eagle, I colored all of this white, and then I came back with gray, which you can't see very good, but I did add some gray back in here with some of these lines, and then I came back with a black oil pastel and outlined it too, okay? And then here, I colored my feathers. I actually kind of colored them one at a time. Let me show you. So I would color like this feather, this color, and then this feather, this color, and then this feather, and then this feather. So I didn't like go through and just color the whole thing, okay? And then I came back through with a darker brown, and where I wanted lighter feathers, I would do kind of just a shadow, and where I wanted darker feathers, I would color on top of them again, okay? And then I noticed that they had some white tips on them. Some of them had like a white line down the middle, but some of them have these little white tips. And yes, oil pastels do break, but broken crayons still color, and so do broken oil pastels. So then I came back and started doing that. So that gives you a good texture, right? So you can do that too with your feathers. You can layer colors. There goes my ear at school, okay? So you can layer colors. You can do all kinds of fun stuff like that, okay? You could even come back in with a white and do like a little highlight or something, okay? All right, so we're using oil pastels. We're gonna work on getting our animals colored, and then we'll come back at the end and I'll show you what you can do with your background. Okay, so once you're done coloring, here comes the fun creative part. You get to do what you want to in your background. You could draw flowers all around it. You can leave it the way it is, that's fine. I like the eagle. I'm very patriotic. I'm a big fan of America, so I ended up making a patriotic background with red, white, and blue, and I've got stars and stripes, and I've got some swirlies and some fireworks, okay? Around my giraffe, I don't know, I might do like some clouds and some rain and a rainbow or something. You can be creative and do what you want, okay? Or you can just leave it. Again, it does not have to have anything behind it, okay? So then you get to take your oil pastels and decorate around it, but be careful and take your time, okay? Because if you start drawing something and then you don't like it, there's not a lot we can do about it, okay? So make sure that you're taking your time and doing a good job. So again, you'll just take your oil pastels, and like if I wanted to do, my white keeps on breaking, but it's okay. Like if I wanted to do a cloud situation up here, okay, I can draw my clouds. We're just gonna use the oil pastels to draw with, okay? And the white's not really showing up. These are really light colors, and that's okay. I'm just gonna roll with it, okay? Whatever happens, happens with this. I'm drawing them nicely. They look really good, okay? I'm not gonna worry about it too much. And then I could take maybe like some blue if I don't like that they're not showing up, instead of outlining in black. Another idea might be to outline with blue. And then you can kind of take your finger, or you can take the white again and kind of blend it. Okay, that looks pretty good. And then I might take the blue and do like some little dashes for rain. I'm making kind of a cool abstract. I like textures, so I'm trying to create some different textures, okay? All right, so I'm gonna come through and do some more. You could just do lines, you could do textures, you could draw like trees or flowers or hearts or stars, anything you want, okay.